Hey everyone, I hope y'all are doing well. This is going to be a general flame forecast for September the 4th through the 10th. You all told me that you really liked the fire readings. You told me I was good at this, so naturally I'm going to make you regret that. Let's see what we have going on here for you. All right. There's a very intense situation here, collective. Very intense. It feels like, you know, for some of you, not to get crazy already, but I do think there could be multiple parties involved here, and it doesn't have to be romantic, okay? It could be like a meddling sister, brother, cousin, whatever, right? So I do feel like there's a situation where tension is high, or it's getting higher. Something's building up. There's going to be a conversation that happens here. Some of you, the letter T could be significant. Somebody here might be an Aquarius or a Capricorn, or you could be dealing with one of those signs here. Those seasons might be significant to someone as well. You know, it's possible that maybe something happened during those seasons and maybe it's just now coming back up. Also, I feel like for some of you, there's something that's caving in, okay? There's something that's caving in. This feels like this, some of you, this could be a person's story kind of caving in, especially for those of you who might be involved in some sort of legal matter. Yeah, there's a crazy situation here that I think is definitely coming to a head for a lot of you here. The letter A could be significant to someone. The letter P as well. Some of you here are shifting gears as well. Shifting gears, what is that? This could be your shift, like your actual shifts changing possibly, like the way that you're operating day to day. Maybe this has to do with your work schedule. Maybe this just has to do with like your sleep schedule changing naturally. Could be something like that going on here. I do feel like a lot of you are trying to get things in order. Maybe this has to do with your routines, having healthier routines, having healthier habits. I feel like there's a message coming in and it's disappearing. There's a message coming in and it's disappearing. Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. It feels like there's something coming in and then it goes away before you can really see what it is. Pisces energy, Scorpio energy here. Aries. The letter A, the letter C. The letter S. The flame is really jumping right now. Yeah. Tension is rising here. Tension is rising. I feel like there's something that's about to come to a head completely. Conversation's going to happen or some sort of news is going to come in. I feel like for some of you, there's a person here who's really excited to tell you something as well. The flame is like jumping. I feel like there's someone here who is excited to tell you something. This could be for some of you if you're trying to get a job through somebody you know, for example, and you know they're talking to their people and they're like, yes, you know, finally we get a clear-cut answer here. I do want to get into the cards though. Let's go on ahead and get into the cards. We're pretty far in now, and yeah, let's go ahead and do this here. Okay. Alrighty, where do we want to start? Okay, we'll just start with a time deck. Okay, let's see what we have here for you. What do we have here for collective September 4th through the 10th? Okay, in September, well, yeah, duh. This says on Monday. You know, I wasn't really going to look at that, but it did get my attention. We have in September and we have within 2 weeks. What is going on here? This is for the 4th through the 10th, so I'm not even sure why I pulled the timing deck, to be honest. Maybe for some of you, there's something that's going to start within this time frame, and maybe something happens with it. Maybe it comes to a halt, and then within 2 weeks in September, maybe you hear something back. That could definitely be the case here. Let's pull for our What's the News deck. We'll go ahead and keep those out, okay? Let's pull from our What's the News deck. What is the news for my collective here? That was the flame forecast, by the way. That's where I read with the fire when it comes to the candle. I've also done pond prophecies where I read with the water for each sign. Next, I think I'm going to do smoke stories, I think is what I'm going to call that. Let's see what we have here. Lift off, fast action, the cleanse, graduation day. Okay, now listen, we have lift off showing up as your first card out. It says fast action, progression forward, and the wait is over. Okay, So yeah, I feel like there's something that's coming in here that you've been waiting on. This says the cleanse, it says detox, ridding negativity, purification. All right, so yeah, it does seem like there's something here that is about to be over. It's about to end with this action that's coming forward. We have the graduation day card, leveling up, lessons learned, acquired wisdom. So yeah, there you go. Some of you, it does seem like a karmic cycle could be closing out with, you know, whatever this action is, but we'll see what else we have. We have repo showing up here, default on payments, financially incapable, repossessed assets, but underneath that we have lucky break, good fortune, good things coming, turning point. I feel like some of you are going to be offered some sort of grace here in a situation. Maybe this has to do with student loans, graduation day, you know, all this energy showing up here with debt and things of that nature. Bonnie and Clyde, ride or die, us against the world, dedicated partnership. Somebody may see you as their Bonnie or Clyde. Oh, excuse me, you guys. It was 555 when I was saying that, and I really wanted to get that out there, but then I had to sneeze. It happens. We have karmic, third-party relationship lesson. Okay. All right. All right. Kinky ways, fantasies and fetishes. Okay. 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 Looking to explore. Let's see what we have here for you. Let's go ahead and get into it before it gets too messy. We're already kind of messy here. We got stuff about finances coming in. We've got karmic energy. We've got third party. What's happening here? But we do have lucky break. Okay, we do have lucky break. Let's see what's going on here for you, collective. Ten of vibes, 10 of wands, burnt out. Somebody's carrying something with them. Some of you, that could have to do with debt. Some of you, you're about to uncover a truth about the things that someone is carrying here. With this repo energy, like this karmic energy, all of this showing up here, I can't help but feel like there's somebody who has a picture-perfect image of what they want to be together, but there are other things they're carrying, whether it be a karmic relationship, whether it be some sort of like actual debt, like financial debt, or it could honestly be, you know, karmic debt. We have karmic here. We have repo, things being taken. Let's see what else we have here. What else do we have here for collective? We have Sagittarius energy and Cancerian energy coming through. Three of Fields, Three of Cups showing up here. This is the Millennial Tarot, by the way, for anybody who's interested. Some of you, if it's not that there's a third party situation going on here that you're uncovering, I really feel like this is, even if you're not involved with this person, I feel like you could be the third party, whether you realize it or not. And, you know, even if it's not active, it's affecting a connection here. Let's see what else we have. Because somebody may be seeing you as the person they should be with, but they could be feeling like there's too much that they're carrying here that they can't carry into a connection with you. Let's see. Page of Thoughts, Page of Swords. Yeah, somebody could definitely have eyes on you at this time here, collective. It could be an air sign, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or you might be an air sign, a Gemini, a Libra, or Aquarius. But, you know, with the graduation day energy showing up, it feels like there is, it's almost giving me world card energy, right? Which is a card of completion, stepping out of one world into another. So it really does feel like there's something changing about this cycle here. Somebody could be in a, like wrapped up in a karmic relationship. They could be letting that go. That could be the case here. Somebody's definitely watching you though. Someone could be talking to a friend about you here. Ooh. Some of you, whoever this is, if they are in a couple with someone, they're in a relationship with someone, you might see them come out with like couples costumes or something of that nature. Or yeah, it could be something like that here with the Three of Cups energy. It does say couples costumes, so it could definitely be like that. Could give you a hint. You know, it's not that it's necessarily significant to the plot. It's just, it could be a confirmation for some of you here. What else do we have? Boozy brunch, the world. I told you all, the world, it's giving this energy here with the graduation day. It really feels like completion showing up here. So what I'm wondering is if this has to do with completion of this cycle or completion of the cycle that they're in. You have Five of Thoughts, gaslighting. Somebody here could have connected with you heavily through music or through travel. Page of Vibes, Page of Wands. Some of you, it's a fire sign. But that is like a message coming in, and that's where we were getting that intense flame jumping like it was, because it's whether it comes in from a fire sign, it doesn't matter about it being a fire sign or you're being a fire sign, whatever, right? It doesn't matter. What it is here though is a heated conversation, something that feels very intense. We have the Lovers showing up. Gemini energy, it says the tenderest. Some of you could have met on Tinder, but you don't necessarily have to, right? Again, this is the Millennial Tarot, so it's just kind of got these phrases on the card, but ultimately we're going off of the base meaning, right? We have work-life balance. Somebody here, I'm telling you, I feel like you're about to uncover a shocking truth about the position someone is in here. They may not want you to know what position they're in on a financial level, and that could be why they're not really coming towards you. It's not even just about finances, it's about their stability in general. Maybe they're relying on this person, you know, when it comes to stability. We did have this Kinky Ways card, so I'm going to leave that out there so it just doesn't pop up again. Some of you could be dealing with a Capricorn or a Scorpio. We're moving back into the What's the News deck, okay? We have Detective. We already kind of saw that energy with the Page of Swords, right? Snooping, digging for dirt, accusations. This is interesting because I feel like the two of you are marrying one another, because this is basically like Page of Swords energy in this deck here, right? So when it comes to that, collective, I do feel like on one hand, Page of Swords is this person kind of watching you, but also when it comes to the detective energy, I feel like this is you uncovering a truth here, I'm telling you. If you're snooping, be sure that you can handle what you find, okay? Let's see what we have here. Heart to heart, deep conversations, intimate discussions, blunt and honest. Right. We already kind of saw that energy come through. Like there's going to be a conversation that's had here. What is this conversation about? Anything about the context here, the content of this conversation? Harmony, balance, peace, happiness. Giving Sagittarius energy here. It's giving a lot of air energy. Ooh, frenemy, fake friends, two-faced, hidden intentions. What is going on here? Let's get the tarot for that. And this time I'm going to use Rider-Waite. Forgive me, I don't remember what version of Rider-Waite this is. Universal. I think it's Universal. Could be wrong. Let's see. What's going on with the frenemy card here for collective? Five of Pentacles. Somebody's jealous. See, that's so interesting to me, honestly, collective. I feel like there's someone here who's interested in you, but they see you as, whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. They see you as somebody who is more grown than them or more grown up than them, more responsible, like they can't really match your energy. They may even kind of see you as snooty or full of yourself. Like the frenemy energy makes me feel like a person is coming up with reasons to try to not be connected to you anymore, to try to not care for you, or to try to feel like the two of you are out of alignment. It's very interesting. This Five of Pentacles just makes me feel like there's work that they're running from that they don't want to do on themselves, on their finances, on their living situation, their connections. They want to, I don't want to say they want to stay stuck, but it's what they're familiar with, right? Some of you, this is a Taurus or a Libra. What else do we have going on here? Four of Pentacles. Yeah, I really feel like there's an earth sign holding on to you here, and they're feeling like they've got to work on their money, they've got to work on their living situation, or you're the earth sign here, of course. But, you know, when it comes to this energy, Four of Pentacles, holding on to something, Eight of Pentacles, working on something, Ten of Pentacles, getting to this place of stability. So this person, I feel, this is a very weird situation, but I do feel like you're going to uncover a truth about it very soon. Probably in September, probably within 2 weeks, but this is a reading for September the 4th through the 10th, right? But you get this energy here that makes me feel like somebody's hiding something from you. Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, maybe somebody who has their moon or rising in one of those signs, but Seven of Swords does often come through as trickery, theft, deception. You know, King of Cups is someone who loves really hard, loves really deeply. I think a person might care for you more than they are letting on. Maybe it's coming through, maybe it's come through in the past in Kinky Ways, right? Because we had the Kinky Ways card show up, and that's happened to be when I threw that Seven of Swords, King of Cups on top of. And when it comes to that, I feel like a person could have been pushing for something more physical, but maybe they were hoping it would turn into something emotional because it was already like that for them. I feel like somebody already had this curiosity about you or this desire, you know, to move something forward, but there definitely could have been a karmic situation that they ended up entering into as you kind of pulled away from this. Not sure why you pulled away from this. Maybe you were having some sort of financial issue or some sort of duty, obligation, responsibility, or it's very well possible that you felt like this person was not moving in one direction or the other. They were just kind of on that middle path there. So maybe you knew this person had deeper feelings, but since they were kind of putting up resistance to the connection itself, maybe you decided to just kind of get rid of the confusion altogether and protect your peace. And so you moved on. Right. So let's see what else we have here. What else do we have here for my collective? Some of you, this person may have some really bad habits, vices, things they lean into when they're stressed. That's something else. I feel like this person has a lot of crap to clear up and they're embarrassed of you seeing that crap, right? And I think that when they're resistant to this change, they move into frenemy energy where it's almost like they resent you for it, where it's like, you know, if collective, you know, if their standards weren't so high, if they didn't have these unrealistic expectations of people, right? And it's not that it's unrealistic, it's like bare minimum, right? Let's see. Yeah. That makes sense. We have the Queen of Swords showing up right here, Libra energy. You can see she's put a lot behind her. I feel like you're taking away this person's excuses. That's the energy that I feel. And it's not you saying like you have no real excuse. What it is you doing things despite having gone through worse. You just kind of making things happen despite having gone through worse. And so this person can't really run from the fact that despite their problems, they should be, you know, getting it together, right? Plain and simple. We have the Eight of Wands showing up here. This is movement. This is also communication. This is, you know, and you look at these cards moving all in the same direction. This is a card of accuracy, precision. So it does feel like this person's being truthful with whatever communication comes in here. You have the High Priestess. Some of you, it's a Pisces, but it does seem like, you know, overall, this is something that they've held back that you've always intuitively felt like is there, right? We have the Two of Pentacles here and the Page of Pentacles. I do think they could be getting things on track, and to them, they're figuring out like, maybe that is enough for my collective, you know? Maybe that is enough for this person if I'm trying, right? Two of Pentacles, managing things. Page of Pentacles, I feel like maybe they're getting a new job. Three of Swords energy, Saturn in Libra. This is relationship obstacles. I also feel that for those of you where they are in fact wrapped up in a third party, they're retreating from that third party. There's a lack of happiness here. Some of you, it's a Leo or a Virgo. There's been a lot of fighting here. This person could have put them down significantly, and maybe that kind of fed their insecurities and fears about coming towards you. But I do feel like there's an emotional message coming through slowly but surely of like, you know, I kind of want to work on something here. There's a return. Some of you, this is a fixed sign, Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, or you might be the fixed sign here in this situation, okay? We have the Chariot. Some of you, this has to do with travel, distance, a vehicle. There's a lot of different energies coming through here. I almost want to get some more out here. Because for some of you, what it looks like is they're wrapped up in a karmic connection, right? For others of you, what it looks like is there's a lot going on that they need to fix. They need to sort out, and they're kind of embarrassed. And they kind of bounce back and forth between like that being the right thing to do and just feeling like, why am I making these changes for a collective? You know, collective's not perfect, right? That's the energy that I'm getting here from this. And for some of you, it's both of those things, right? Some of you, they're kind of convincing themselves to settle where they are. Let's see what comes up. We're looking into our news deck again. Seeing what we get here. Anything else coming up for this situation? Honeymooning, love on the brain, talking often, feeling all the feels. Wow, okay. Yeah, I just get, you know, I really feel like there's a fast shift in this situation here because a lot of you, yes, you did feel a strong connection to this person, but maybe they just had no light in their eyes. You're like, you have no ambition, you have no fire. Where is it, right? And so maybe they were funny, maybe they were kind-hearted, and, you know, but it's possible that there just wasn't enough balance there, you know, and they could have had, like I said, things they were leaning into that were not super healthy. They kind of put them out of their natural energy, right? Out of that good vibration that you were drawn to in the first place. So let's see what else we have here for collective in this situation. Laughter, wholeness, overjoyed, smiling. Love that for you all. Let's see what else comes through here. Anything else coming through for collective? I really feel like this is a breakthrough with you and this person. Rebound. Flighty, temporary option, unpredictable intentions. I don't really feel that this is somebody who's coming towards you. This feels more like, honestly, this feels more like a person that they are involved with. You have the card snack, obsession, physical attraction, sex appeal, TikTok, deadline, procrastination, too busy, sneaky link, hidden lover. Oh, don't go into that. Don't go into that, please, for the love of God. Hidden lover, low-key situation, side piece. Don't do it. Don't do it. I feel like for some of you, a person is trying to stay where it's familiar even though they're not happy and have their cake and eat it too. Or in other words, their snack and eat it too. So please be mindful of that. I feel like this person's coming through and they may be in this space where it's like they genuinely want to have something with you. But at the same time, collective, I feel like there's a lot that they're still sorting out on a financial level, on a living situation level. And I also feel like for others of you, they kind of go back and forth, right? Maybe they're telling you, I'm going to leave this situation, and maybe they will at some point, right? But for now, it's giving this energy here, right? Yeah, so I really don't like it. Some of you, maybe this person is looking at your TikTok, but it does kind of feel like you have this deadline that you're coming up with, or I don't want to say ultimatum, but maybe you're like, if this doesn't happen by this point in time, then I'm just going to have to move on from it, right? Because yeah, it's giving this energy of there's a strong connection, but this person, they have to step outside of their comfort zone. And in the current energy, they're struggling. They're hesitating to do that. It's like they want to, and they even start to do it. And then they kind of step back into that old cycle, you know? And it has to do with all of the work that needs to be done. It's intimidating to this person, all of the work that has to be done in order to leave this behind. So they could definitely have financial ties to this person, assets tied to this person, maybe even children tied to this person. It's complicated, but it's not impossible. So don't let them feel like this is impossible and that you need to be on hold here, because no, absolutely not, right? You know what? I want to get some more tarot to see if there's advice. Any advice here? Any advice here for my collective? We have 3 cards coming out right here. The World. I'm really not shocked at that. The World, fixed energy, Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio, Leo. We have the 4 of Swords showing up here. Peace, harmony, gratitude. You know, I feel like it's gratitude for the lessons learned in this situation, but it's also a card of clarity. So it's Spirit saying, hey, all of the closure, all of the clarity you need, it's right here. It's right here. Don't forget it. We have the 9 of Wands showing up, wounded warrior energy, persist in love, right? Even if this doesn't work out, this energy is pushing you to still put yourself out there in love. Don't be so on edge when approaching others, you know? I feel like this situation is going to get put on hold. Like it's going to start up and it looks like it's going to get put on hold. 6 of Cups. It's almost like this keeps repeating here because this person needs to leave this energy of comfort behind. They need to leave their comfort zone is what I'm getting here. 7 of Cups, there's too much confusion. 9 of Swords, there's too much stress. They need to wake up. Okay, so I see them initiating something here towards you, but it's like they really need to make up their mind, and you're going to have to be the one to push for that, or you're going to have to leave it behind. So that's what I'm seeing for you, collective. Anyone interested in personals, details are down below. But if this is where we part, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you, and hopefully I will see you all next time. Y'all take care.